Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to Good Morning Beautiful, your slow, easy English podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. And honestly, Sarah, I love this time of day. There's something about mornings that just feels like a fresh start, you know?
Totally. Like the world hasn't gotten loud yet. And that's exactly the feeling we want to bring into today's episode. We're talking about something so many of our listeners have asked about: how to keep a conversation going in English when you feel like you're running out of things to say.
Yes. That moment where you think, okay, now what?
We've all been there. But before we get into it, if you're new here, welcome. And if you've been with us for a while, you know what to do. Share this episode with a friend who's learning English. It really helps us grow, and it helps them too.
Right. Even sending it to one person makes a difference. Okay, so, keeping a conversation going. Sarah, honestly, when did you first feel that panic?
Oh, so many times. I remember being at a work event years ago, and I was talking to someone I just met, and we'd done the whole, "Where are you from? What do you do?" And then just silence. And I stood there thinking, do I just walk away? Do I pretend I see someone I know?
The fake phone check. Classic.
Exactly. I may have done that once or twice.
I think most people learning a second language feel this even more because it's not just about ideas. It's about finding the words fast enough. And when you can't, the silence feels enormous.
It does. It feels like the whole room can hear it.
So the first thing I want to talk about is something I call following the thread. And what I mean is, in every sentence someone says to you, there's usually at least one word or idea you can pull on, like a loose thread in a sweater.
Oh, I like that image.
So if someone says, I just got back from a trip to Portugal, you don't have to have been to Portugal. You don't have to know anything about Portugal. You just pull the thread. Oh, what brought you there? Was it your first time?
And suddenly, you're in a whole new conversation. The other person feels heard, and you didn't have to come up with something completely new.
Exactly. You're not performing. You're just curious.
And curiosity is so underrated in conversation. I think a lot of people feel like they need to be interesting. But actually, being interested is what makes people want to keep talking to you.
That's such a good way to put it. There's even research on this. People who ask follow-up questions are remembered as better conversationalists, even if they said very little themselves.
Really?
Really? Because people love to feel like what they said mattered, like you actually heard them.
So the tip here is, don't try to think of what to say next while the other person is still talking. Just listen, really listen, and trust that the thread will be there.
Right. You'll find it. It's always there.
Okay, so that's point one. Follow the thread. What's next?
Point two is what I think of as the bridge back to yourself. Because conversation isn't just listening. At some point, you want to share something too. And a lot of learners feel awkward making that transition. Like, when is it my turn?
Yes, there's this weird guilt about talking about yourself, like you're being rude or taking over.
Totally. But here's the thing. Sharing your own experience is what creates connection. If someone tells you they love hiking and you just say, "That's cool," and ask another question, it starts to feel like an interview, not a conversation.
I love that.
And practically speaking, think about emotions, not just facts. I was nervous. I felt so relieved. It was overwhelming in the best way. Those phrases connect people instantly because emotions are universal.
Even in a second language, when your vocabulary is smaller, feelings translate.
Yes.
So, follow the thread, build the bridge. What's number three?
Number three is about silence. And I know that sounds strange. We're talking about keeping conversation going, and now I'm saying make friends with silence.
Mike, you can't just say that and not explain.
Okay. So here's the thing about silence. In many cultures, and for many language learners, a pause in conversation feels like failure, like something broke. But actually, a short silence often means the conversation just got real. Someone said something worth thinking about.
Right, like when a conversation shifts from small talk to something more honest, there's usually a little pause right before it deepens.
Yes, think about it like music. The pauses between notes are part of the song. Without them, it's just noise.
That's beautiful, actually.
And for English learners especially, you don't have to fill every pause. If you need a moment to find the right word, you can say, "Let me think about that for a second." Or, "That's a good question, honestly. That's not weakness. That's real conversation."
And it sounds natural. Native speakers do that all the time.
All the time. The goal is never speed. It's presence.
I want to write that on my wall somewhere. The goal is never speed. It's presence.
Please do.
Okay, so we have follow the thread, build the bridge, make friends with silence. We have two more?
Two more. Point 4 is about questions, but not just any questions. There's a difference between a closed question and an open one, and it changes everything.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Closed. Did you have a good weekend? Open. What did you get up to this weekend? Closed gives you yes or no. Open gives you a story.
And stories are where conversations live.
Right. How did that feel? What was that like for you? What happened next? These are tiny questions, but they open doors. They say, "I want to know more. I'm not in a hurry."
And I think for English learners, open questions are actually easier in a way, because the other person does more of the talking while you listen and prepare.
That's a great point. It gives you breathing room. You're not under pressure to perform. You're facilitating.
Like you're the host of your own little conversation. I like that.
And the last point, point 5, is about what I call landing phrases. These are short sentences that signal you understood, you're engaged, and you want more. Without them, the other person can't tell if you're following along.
Oh, like the sounds we make when we're listening? The mm-hms and the oh wows.
Exactly those, but also slightly longer ones. That makes sense. I hadn't thought of it that way. Wait, really? They keep the energy alive.
And they buy you time if you're still processing.
They do. They're like little anchors in the conversation. They show you're present without you having to say something brilliant.
I think, "Wait, really?" is one of my most used phrases, honestly.
It works every time.
Even when you already knew.
Even then.
Okay, so before we close, let's give our listeners something to actually do this week. Homework time.
Yes. First one, try the thread technique once this week. In any conversation, find one word from what the other person said and ask a follow-up question about it. Just one. See what happens.
Second, practice one open question a day, even in a shop, even with a colleague. Instead of "Good day," try "How's your day going so far?" Small shift, big difference.
And third, notice silence. The next time there's a pause in a conversation, don't panic. Just breathe and let it be for 2 seconds. You'll be surprised how often the other person fills it, or how comfortable it actually feels.
2 seconds. You can do that.
You really can.
Okay, beautiful people, that's our episode. 5 ways to keep a conversation going in English. Follow the thread, build the bridge to yourself, make friends with silence, ask open questions, and use landing phrases to show you're present.
These aren't tricks, they're just habits. And like any habit, they get easier the more you use them. Be patient with yourself.
Yes, you are already doing something brave just by learning a new language. Don't forget that.
Don't forget that at all. And if this episode helped you, please share it with a friend, a classmate, anyone who's on this journey. It means the lot to us.
And subscribe if you haven't yet, so you don't miss a podcast.
We'll see you next time.
Good morning, beautiful. We're so glad you're here.